What's happening? What's happening, people? Listen, I know it's been a while since I did a video, and you know, listen. Today, I'm doing a house stick from Havana Cigars. This is their house stick, and I will say this, man. This is probably the best house stick I've had. I mean, I've had a lot of house sticks. I've had a lot of cigars, period, man. But this is by far a very good house stick. Good price point on it. Great smoke. You know, this is a Robusto. I recommend it. Only problem is you can only get it from Havana Cigars off of Edgewood and Jackson. I'm sorry, Auburn and Jackson. Uh, phenomenal cigar for the price point. I think it's like $13.50 for it. Good price point on it, man. It's just a solid smoke. Really good house, well put together, tight roll, breathable. And for a lot of times, you know, if a person said that a cigar is breathable or is breathing, that means that the flow on it is great. You got to excuse me, it's very humid out here. You know what I'm saying? It's humid out here, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, um, we will be filming up at Havana on the 5th. We're going to do an outdoor filming. So if you're interested, you want to come by, have your 2 cents in, have an opportunity to sit back and chop it up with us. Enjoy some of the sticks that I've been recommending and cigars that I've been recommending. If you want to try them, great opportunity for you to try them. You know what I'm saying? Come through, sit down with your boy, have a conversation, and we're going to go from there. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about this, and I mentioned it this, you know, at the spot. We're at a very funny space, and I keep saying this. I keep saying it. But the problem is that we're in a very difficult space. So over the past couple of days, there's been this big uproar about this T app. You know, this app that's supposed to have all this information about guys, you know, in different cities and different areas, and whether or not, you know, you're supposed to talk to them, or they're good people, or they're not good people, they got good character, they don't have good character. And the one thing that is exposing is the simple fact that a lot of the women are sleeping with, are being engaged with the same guy. You know, same amount of guys that are out there are the ones that they're doing it with, because that's the reason why they got so much intel and information on them, because they're all dealing with the same guys. And now they're talking about guys going out there creating this app that's going to do it's going to be vice versa what they're doing. We're not in a space like that for that, because there's already enough stuff going on. Social media already has us going back and forth with one another. You know, man got to be here, man got to be there. A woman got to be this, and a woman got to do this. You know, find what fits you. Find what fits you. When you find what fits you, that's all that you worry about. I've said it before. Love who love you, like who like you. If a person ain't feeling you, and if a person is not dealing with you, then guess what? That means that you're not supposed to be dealing with them. You know, if a person messes with you, if they deal with you, represent that. Because we can sit here and waste so much time on somebody that's not feeling us. We're trying to convince them, and you're gonna end up spending a lot of money, and a lot of time, and a lot of heartache, because that person wasn't feeling you in the beginning. So they have to be able to feel you. They have to be able to sit here and say, you know, I chose that man, I chose that woman. If not, then you're just wasting your time. But that's enough on that. Listen, in this culture, we cannot overlook good product. Don't necessarily go based on a band, don't necessarily go based on a name, because there's a lot of product out here that is very, very good. And if you are not aware of the different labels out there that are out there, different faces that are out there, different product that's out there, you're not doing yourself any justice, because all you're doing is you're sticking with one brand. So we get it. Yeah, you like that brand. But with anything, you're going to get tired of smoking that one brand. The best thing is, in this business, the best thing is always going to be variety. Because based upon how your day is going, what you're eating, how you feel, is going to determine what you want to smoke. You know, I've smoked a lot of faces of cigars. I have a quite, broad catalog of stuff that I've partaken in, from the high end stuff to the low end stuff. From the Cohiba Spectras, Mascazars, all the way down to the Benchmade. A lot of people don't know about the Benchmade. The Benchmade was made with seconds of the Ashton line. So even though you might be getting a $7 or $8 cigar, it's actually seconds of a premium leaf. I talk to people about long filler, short filler. I talk to people about sizes. I talk to people about taste. I talk to people about white ash. I talk to people about canoeing. I talk to people about cuts. So I try to be a plethora of information when it comes down to this industry. The knowledge that I have, the things that I know, I definitely give it to anyone that's willing to ask the question, that wants to know. We can have, anybody that knows me, that has came across me, has sat down and had a conversation with me, will tell you I have no problem with giving you information at all. Because what I want you to do, if you're going to spend your money, your hard-earned money for this, you need to enjoy it. You need to enjoy it. You need to sit back and say, you know what? I respect what it is that I'm smoking. I'm enjoying this 30, 45 minutes smoke. And it's putting me in a frame of mind whereas I can relax, I can be cool. I can go ahead and tackle the rest of the day, or the next day I'm ready. Because you're in a good mindset, you're in a good place. The only time that it becomes a problem is when you're not in a good space. When you're not in a good space, everything becomes chaos. Everything becomes chaos. I don't know who you give your honor and your praise to. I know who I do. And I know that without him, I couldn't do nothing. So we as in men, we got to stop moving. We got to stop moving out of pocket. We have got to stop moving out of pocket. We got to start recognizing and understanding what our role is, because there's a lot of grown males that don't even understand what it is to be a man. Once you become a man, a God-fearing man, is when you start to identify things that are important to you. And you know your value. No one can ever take your value away from you. When you become a man, can't nobody put you in positions where they're gonna compromise you, because you've thought everything through and you know what you bring to the table. If a person's sitting there trying to identify and tell you this and this and that and that, when they really don't know you, be aware of that. Because a lot of people can dish being objective when it comes to you, but they can't be objective when it comes back to them, because then they get emotional, their feelings are involved. And so if you can speak to me in a certain manner of brashness with it, understand that you should be able to take that same in return. And if you can't, stop giving advice. If you cannot take what you're giving out, stop giving advice. And we got a lot of people on social media out there giving advice, but they can't take it. Because when the questions come back to them, they're like, well, maybe, no. Identify the simple fact that you got to be able to dish it and take it at the same time. Or just don't be in the dishing business at all. Allow for people to understand and do what they do. Look at their character. Look at the character of a person before you go to try to render judgment on them. Look at how they work. Look at what they stand for. And if you go based upon what they stand for, it usually give you a good identifier of how that person moves. So we can sit back and we can say, hey, listen, I'm this, I'm that, I don't do this, I don't do that. But then when you get behind closed doors, that's when everything comes out. We can hide all we want to people, but you can't hide to yourself. You definitely can't hide to God. You cannot. I don't care how you look at it, I don't care how you try to do it. You cannot hide to God, and you can't hide to yourself. Now we can want to believe that this is who we are, and that's just how I am, even when we know that that's wrong. If you know that you're doing something wrong and you're the first one to identify it, and you continue to keep doing it, what does that say about you? If I'm doing something wrong and I know that I'm doing something wrong, I'm going to try to correct it. Period. I can't continue to keep walking around in a place, not thinking that everything I do is right. No, there's no perfect person on this earth. Everyone has flaws. Everyone has something about them that is not kosher. It's not good. The quicker you can identify what those issues are, it will help you become a better person. It will help you have better character. Now, people can sit back and they talked about Jesus Christ. So I don't think, if anyone thinks that people are not going to talk about them, that's sadly mistaken. People are going to talk about you regardless. I don't care how much good you do. People want to find fault. They want to be able to find something on you where they can say, hey, what are you doing? Hey man, let's do better. Let's do better. We got to do better. We have to, because we can't continue to keep doing this. We can't. We're losing. We're losing in relationships. We're losing in parenting. We're losing all of the morality stuff. Anything that's dealing with morality, that's out the door. So what else do we have left? I'll wait. You guys tell me. What else are we doing? We can walk around here and look good for ourselves. And, I'm dope. Yeah. But at the end of the day, If it don't have a purpose, then what are you doing it for? You know. And on that note, smoke well, my friends. Enjoy. Find your peace. Find whatever it is that you enjoy that's going to bring you peace. Know who you are. Build on your character. Understand morality. And you don't have to accept anything that's not for you. Those are my words. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all of that. Smoke well.